Hello everybody, my name is RetroBoy03, and welcome back to part 5 of my playthrough of the LEGO Ninjago tournament game for iOS and Android. Now, I know that in the last episode, I promised that in this episode, I would be beginning a... Sorry about that, I would be beginning a much larger, like a 3 or 4 part playthrough. That would be a very, kind of a long series of episodes. But unfortunately, I don't have time for that today. I'll try to get that in next week, but for now, we'll just be doing a quick 15-minute playthrough as Titanium Zane and... Oh, wait, why did it have a bunch of really good power-ups selected? Who knows? Maybe we'll have enough time to make the studs from those back. Because seriously, why did it have so many power-ups selected? I mean, like, I haven't played in like a week. I mean, I don't even know where those power-ups came from. I mean, I guess maybe like my little brother might have played on it. I don't know. I mean, that's all I can think of. That didn't sound like a Karloff sound, but okay. Oh, cool, I'm getting 200,000 studs for each time I smack him. Okay, he's going metal run. By the way, if you haven't noticed, Titanium Zane does have a ranged attack, which I feel is pretty nice. And well, since I don't have much to talk about, Oh cool, Karloff was one of our goals. I might as well tell you about, actually, give me a second. Sorry about that, I just wanted to check the possibilities for what the special, metal challenges were. Anyway, but, yeah, about a week ago, I saw the LEGO Ninjago movie, so I can give you my thoughts on it in this video, I guess. So, I'll begin with a broad statement. Do I think this movie is a good movie? Yes. In terms of animated movies, that is. I mean, like, because here's the thing. In terms of being an animated kids movie, it's still above average. Although it's definitely on a much lower bar than the LEGO movie and the LEGO Batman movie, I will say. It's just that in comparison to movies like Despicable Me 3 and The Nut Job 2, movies that I had to watch with my little brother, the LEGO Ninjago movie is a lot better than those, although I wouldn't say that it's as good as the LEGO Batman movie, or a movie that will become such a timeless classic as something like the LEGO movie. I'd say that this is like, if the LEGO movie is like Toy Story, then I would say that the LEGO Ninjago movie is Cars, and I feel as though that's a pretty accurate statement. At least in terms of how good it is. Not in terms of the actual thing, because one of my big problems with Ninjago is that every single scene moves the plot along, and I do have more problems and also things that I do like about it, but that's one of my big problems with it. There are no scenes that just involve the characters just being characters. There are no scenes that just have showing us who the characters are and having the characters develop. Every scene advances the plot in some way. And honestly, that annoys me, because while obviously too much filler is never good, in my opinion, you need at least a few scenes to actually establish who your characters are, maybe? Because honestly, that's probably the biggest problem with this movie. They just don't establish any of the ninja besides Lloyd. And Lloyd is really boring. All Lloyd is he's just the, what's the word I'm thinking of? He's the straight man to Garmadon's ridiculousness. But yeah, I mean, if you didn't watch the behind the scenes, or you didn't see the trailers, which, just like the Batman movie, have a ton of really good jokes that were cut out of the final release, Anyway, if you didn't see those, then you would have no idea who any of the ninja are, because I'm pretty sure they each only get, like, a few lines. Maybe, like, I feel as though, like, Jay has, like, maybe 20 lines, and he has way more than any of the ninja. I think that most of the ninja actually have, like, less than a dozen lines, which is pretty sad. Anyway, yeah, like, for example, Kai, I mean, he's friendly to, he's friendly to Lloyd, so that's nice. Jay is pretty much his show personality, except now he doesn't really sound normal. He doesn't sound like you would expect Jay to, but I mean, it's fine. It's a different interpretation. Zane, I actually feel had a lot of potential, and I'm really annoyed that they kind of left him, that he barely had anything to do, because I really like the idea of, rather than him just being a robot and not fitting in, where he was a robot built to be a teenage robot. I did not watch the show My Life as a Teenage Robot, by the way. Don't know why I mentioned that. But yeah, this movie, like in the trailers anyway, Zane had a lot of funny moments where he was just trying to fit in. Like, heck, there was a part where he dabbed that made me want to put a spring-loaded shooter to my head. But at the same time, it made me laugh because I could tell that it was a parody. In the movie, we didn't get much like that. We really just get, like, one line that introduces him about him being a robot, and then for the rest of it, it just doesn't matter. Cole is a DJ, and he is a feminist, and, well, that's your cast of ninja. Apologize for pausing. Garmadon, a lot of people are saying, is probably the funniest character in any LEGO movie. I disagree. I prefer Will Arnett's Batman and Chris Pratt's Emmett, as well as, heck, maybe even President Business, played by Will Ferrell. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, let me put it this way. Thoreau's delivery was really funny. It's just that not a ton of his lines didn't really go anywhere. I think that that's the best way to put it. He had good delivery, he just didn't have a ton of amazing lines, I would say. And there was a gag in the movie where basically, since he has a volcano base, every time one of his generals disappointed him, he would fire them out of the volcano. You know, like, they're fired, get it, ha ha ha, but also they're literally on fire and being fired out of a volcano. Give me a sec. Sorry about that, everyone. But anyway, yeah, there was the gag where Garmadon kept firing his generals out of the volcano, and it reminded me a little bit of the classic line from the TV show of, over the side. I apologize for that absolutely horrific Garmadon impression. I deserve to be smacked in the face. By Zane, probably. By the way, if you can't tell, the goal for this video is that since we can actually complete all 3 challenges this time, that's my goal for before the episode ends, is to complete all 3 challenges. Because as soon as I do, I'm gonna wrap up this video, because again, this one doesn't matter a ton, so I'm just gonna kind of keep giving my review of the movie. So yeah, Misako by Olivia Munn's Misako, or sorry, Coco for some reason. Anyway, it's fine. I mean, it's not amazing, but I never really minded her character. There was a pretty annoying flashback involving her and Garmadon towards the end of the movie that I feel dragged on way too long, didn't make a lot of sense. Like, in general, I was not a fan of the flashback towards the end of the movie. And I know I'm giving a lot of negatives, but that's because, like, I feel as though the positives of this movie can only be appreciated if first you realize in how many places it goes wrong before you see the places where it went right. Because a lot of the places where it went right were places where it could have gone wrong, but then it didn't. But anyway, and Jackie Chan's Master Wu was pretty good. Like, obviously, it's a bit weird because, well, obviously, we don't expect Master Wu to sound like to be Jackie Chan. But I mean, it was fine. I mean, again, I feel as though it was probably a bit confusing because obviously, Well, he basically has the same design that he did in the show, as well as Garmadon, while all the ninja are pretty different. So it was a bit awkward, well, not awkward, I guess. It was a bit strange. Anyway, but, yeah. And I'm pretty sure that covers all the major characters in the movie. Anyway, so I guess I can talk about some other stuff. The animation was good, although it did seem a bit lazier than usual, because obviously so much of the movie uses realistic elements, like real water, which I'm fine with. I mean, after the oceans in the Lego movie, they deserve a break from having to animate Lego water ever again. That looked like it would have been absolutely awful to have to make. Anyway, but also, like, there's a huge forest scene where they're in the forest, and the entire forest is real. It just really annoys me. And there are also, like, the city is built on real elements, and it's just different and also kind of weird. And also probably the most egregious thing in the whole movie is the framing device that's at the beginning and the end. Like, it's fine, but it really feels like it was shoved in there, because unlike the Lego movie, and most likely the Batman movies, I'm pretty sure that they're with the same kid. Anyway, minor spoilers, the Lego Ninjago movie isn't told by the same kid from the Lego movie. But then again, that should be kind of obvious, seeing as how in the Lego movie, he has characters from the Ninjago show, as opposed to, well, our Ninjago movie cast. Anyway, the framing device, I don't know, it just seems kind of slapped on there, because, like, unlike the kid from the Lego movie, he has a huge table of Legos and he's just playing with it. Well, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's nothing like that. The framing device doesn't really involve Lego that much. It was kind of weird for a Lego movie for the framing device to not involve Lego, but anyway, some great stuff. All of the builds in the movie, like the stuff that was made out of Lego, is really good looking. Except the lightning jet, and I still haven't made a video about why that's awful. I'm saving it for next month since I want to end my Ninjago marathon off with some of my with some sets that I really like, as opposed to me talking about the lightning jet. Okay, so we completed all 3 missions. Yeah, I guess I will go for a little bit longer. And I can't think of much else to talk about, but I mean, like, the story, it's fine. Like, I feel as though again, a lot of things go on in it. Like, I feel as though it's not that the story's overcomplicated, it's that it's like, the story could have been a lot simpler. Like, it almost feels like the show, like, where it almost feels kind of like if they just combined a season of the show into a movie, where every 15 minutes you have to have some major plot point happen so that it doesn't feel anticlimactic. Except this is a movie, so you don't need some really important, epic, dangerous scene every 15 minutes. I mean, like, the ending to the movie, in my opinion, is pretty good. Like, it's not as good as the ending of the Lego movie or the Batman movie, but it's serviceable. I feel as though the humor in this movie, like, I feel as though with Garmadon it wasn't that good, but there were some moments where I did laugh. I will wholeheartedly admit, the movie does have its funny moments. And also its somber moments. And also the moments where you're like, ha! I remember that from the show. And unfortunately there were only like 2 of those moments. And by the way, if you're curious, I don't think this is much of a spoiler, but you might think it is, but the show and the movie don't connect at all. I mean, I was slightly wondering if maybe they would connect in some way, because, well, obviously, Lloyd from the movie and Lloyd from the show now look the same. And according to the leaked pictures of Ninjago Season 8 sets, the same can be said for all the characters based off for all the other ninja, so I guess we were lied to. I'm gonna leave it there, since that's no longer on the movie, and now we're more about the show. But anyway, since we seem to be getting knocked down by bombs, this seems like a good time to end this playthrough, this episode. We'll skip through here. Okay, so we got 6 tokens. We'll open up those packages in the next episode. Now we have Zane on level 3. So now he has an extra heart, more damage, and he can break blocks with a 3rd hit. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.